Oh, good. My new battery's now going dead. This is. I didn't. I guess it's just not being used. This is wonderful for the film. That's what everyone wants to hear about my battery. So it's now Monday the 25th. We got here on Thursday. And this is our second day out of Jerusalem. And this is the Talmudic village. It's a pheasant. It's a pheasant, okay. So did I lose Bonnie? So if there's Rabbi Wein, Bonnie can't be far behind.
This is the synagogue in Katzrin. So the top stones have been brought, you know, that's reconstructed, but all the bottom stones are the way they were. The entranceway is the way it was. It faces Jerusalem, so it faces south. And this is a typical symbol of the gate. Right, that's the typical symbol of the time of the Talmud. And you see the Greek influence in the design of the entrance and the colonnade. Every shul had an aksadra on top of the colonnade. There is a theory that the women's section was on top of the colonnade, the second story. It looks, because these are weight supporting, many of the columns are not weight supporting, but these are weight supporting. And they feel that there was a second story.
Well, does it feel any different being here a second time?
It's great. Much better with Rabbi Wein.
He built the tower on the top of the hill. From here start the famous forest of the 6 million trees, or the forest of martyrs, you know, after the 6 million Jews was lost by any time with us logo by the Nazis. So we will see he built it up like 2 scrolls of the Torah, but how they desecrated, you know, the Torah, and they cut each Torah of 2 pieces. Look at the split, what they meet in the middle. You will see on the both sides the lovely posik and Yechazkel about the dry bones, what will be, you know, when Mashiach will come. And look, now we'll see the 3 periods when he started, how he started it.
Now, if you come a little bit closer, you will see it. Look on the right-hand side, all the way up. See the Roman taking away the menorah from the temple. They destroyed the temple. They're throwing down the stones from the walls as we were there around next to the wall. Right down, it comes right by the revolution, you know, when it started in the Warsaw Ghetto, as they're fighting against the Nazis. The barbed wire around the ghetto, and down the deportation, you can see above the people, you know, the elements of the soldiers, of the Germans with the bayonets, how they take them to the concentration camps. Here, come here.
What is it?
Here they took up the Warsaw
These are
Ghetto in
the,
fire.
see that's the helmets and the bayonets of the Nazis.
Oh, yes.
That's the barbed wire.
And the
I
end
missed that.
grenades, here they are still in the ghettos with the barbed wire, and they're moving, you know, to the crematoriums where the fire comes up. The end of the war, the last World War, when they're coming out, 48 to 67, they're bringing back the menorah to Iratika, to the old city, with the Jewish flag. All the way down, you see they are moving, you know, the paratroopers with the Sefer Torah to the Wailing Wall. Here, the general of what breaks into the old city gave them the orders. See, he looks from Mount Scopus and gave them the orders how to capture the West Wall. And when they capture the West Wall, look how they're crying, the soldiers with the tallis and tefillin by the wall, and they put back, you know, the Jewish flag of the old city, and symbolic also of why David's storm coming back, where David used to play, you know. That's right. So now, the way
What did it say inside?
it's made from bronze. And
can
when
go
you're going
record
in,
it.
you will see how
It's from
they
Ezekiel.
put it together, you know, because
your
it's
bones
pieces,
shall
it's not
rise
one
up,
piece.
and
Yeah,
Jewish people
40
be
torn
saved.
and 8 meters, what they call.
Fine. What is this area again?
The area,
Yeah, this.
Nachal Sorek, the valley of the stream of Sorek, from the tribe of Dan, And this is the area where Shimshon, where Samson flourished.
And this sculpture, is it Rappaport?
Nathan Rappaport.
And so he was commissioned to do...
He was commissioned by the B'nai B'rith. This is a forest that the B'nai B'rith sponsored for the 6 million martyrs. So he was commissioned to make this sculpture.
Are those nails on top?
Those are to prevent the birds from arresting it.
See that it's double.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Bonnie? How tall would you say that is?
Well, you're on standing against
Yeah, but you're short.
That's 5 feet. So I don't want you to look.
They're widening this road. We just passed the sign. It's a dangerous curve. This is pretty tame
This is
right now.
the forest for the 6 million Kedoshim of the Holocaust.
I'm always happy to see these things turned into 2
Is this a 4-lane road?
Not 4, no, only 2 lanes.
Only 2.
Yes, then not spiral.
Great.
It's hard. Yeah, it's a big deep.
Wow, a couple people that make the turn here.
Take it easy, it's okay, don't worry. Only look to the right, you know.
There were 4 cars down there.
That's where they get rid of them for insurance purposes.
Over the right, there were 4 cars down there.
Yeah, like when they drive into Scranton, they see them on the hill there.
Yeah, that's right.
Ahead of us,
Right?
Alan.
That's right. You guys largest there is.
תן לו להיכנס, למה הוא לא נכנס?
A van and 3
מפחד.
cars, I saw. No buses.
They were just American drivers, that's all.
Look down.
There's a road.
Very nice.
Height doesn't bother you?
צורה. אשתרון, מסילת ציון.
Yeah. You never know here how they're going to work it with the vouchers. That's every time. So even sometimes we have a voucher, we pay and we go in and then we get the money back from the place that sold us the voucher. We've got 3 vouchers that they have to return money to us. So, but here they took it right away. Good. Okay? Okay. They took it fine, done.
אתה יודע, תוריד אותם בשער השני, לא בראשון, אז יהיה להם פחות ללכת. אוקיי.
Black berets are the tanks. Has anybody ever been here before?
No.
Yeah?
לא.
I never was. I never was here. Over 4,000 mosquitoes that the soldiers could not climb anymore. They were so bitten. It was like Minas Shemayim. If you want to read an interesting story about this, the Jordanian general, General John Glub Pasha, who was the Englishman who was the head of the Jordanian Legion, so he has an autobiography called Soldier Among the Arabs. And he writes you know, the other side of the battle. And he writes about the mosquitoes. He said that Hussein said that Allah was on their side, that because otherwise they were almost to the top here, and they couldn't go any further because swarms and swarms of mosquitoes came on them. So when it's Bashert, it's Bashert, right? In 1967, so when they outflanked them in Jerusalem, then this was already indefensible, so the Jordanians withdrew by themselves. Otherwise, their army would have been trapped there. They couldn't have made it back to Jordan.
So you were saying in 48?
That was in 48.
They tried to get it how many times?
3 times.
Okay.
So when did they finally get it?
67.
67.
So
what does the guy say about the mosquito?
Well, it is a miracle. It's a miracle the other way. A miracle doesn't always happen your way.
What did you say about it? I missed it. But it such a black smoke. We were all. What did he say?
he said, you're right. It is a miracle.
So what we're doing is we're displaying the captured Egyptian tanks. These were captured in what, 67?
Shalom, good to see you. How's it going? We meet again, eh? These are the names, Nebuch, of all of the tankers that were killed in all the wars.
Over 4,000, they said.
Yeah.
Look at that tank up there.
Let's gather over here near the stone.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the young lady Sharon, she will tell us, you know, exactly everything.
Not a young lady, she's a corporal.
Still a young lady.
I'm not old.
Okay, but
I'm always respectful to corporals. Never got past private.
Rabbi.
Never got past private. Always respectful.
Well, okay, first of all, good morning. My name is Sharon, and I'll be your guide. This place you're at is called Latrun. This is the Armored Museum. Let's say the history of this place, of this area, starts long before the establishment of this country. This place, this valley, is first mentioned, if you know, in Joshua's book. Can someone quote? Well, I'll quote. So the sun stood still over the Gibbon, and the moon stood in its place over the valley of Ayalon. This is the valley of Ayalon. In Joshua's book is the first time where this valley is first mentioned. Another very famous battle that took place right over here is Judah the Maccabean against the Greeks. Judah the Maccabean sat right here at this hill. Where you see here, this is the Emmaus hill. The Greeks actually sat where the intersection is today, right over there. Another thing that you can see, and I doubt it that you can see it from here, but let's go over here. You see up the hill? What's left of a fortress. This fortress is what is called the Tour de Chevalier, which means the fortress of the knight. It is called that way because in those days the people, the pilgrims who went to Jerusalem, were constantly attacked by the Muslims who did a good job. So they decided to build the fortress up the hill. Therefore, they can view the road to Jerusalem and protect the people who went to Jerusalem. And that's exactly the same reason why they built the police station, this building you see over here. It's exactly the same reason. From here, you can view all the roads to Jerusalem. That is a strategic place. When you came up, you probably saw the monastery. This is what is called the Monastery of Silence. It is wrong to call it that way because it's not that they don't talk at all, but they believe that talking too much, as you know, leads to gossip, and gossip is not good, so they don't talk that much. If they want to talk, they go to a special room. The beautiful thing about them is that they work their own land. They have a very good winery there. They make a very good wine, but unfortunately it's not kosher, so we're not allowed to buy it. Behind us, you can see this is the walls of names. 4,788 casualties. Beginning the War of Independence and ending the Lebanon War. Only in the Army Corps, soldiers of only in the Army Corps. Third of all casualties in the IDF. It's a lot. I mean, I don't know if you heard, 2 months ago there was an incident in Lebanon. 5 soldiers died from a side bomb. 3 of them belonged to the tank unit. So recently we added their name in that wall. I mean, you go through that wall, you see many names, and you just walk by that wall. We decided to build a room. Inside this police there's a room, a memorial room. And in that room there's a computer. And in that computer there's a full life story about each and every name that is listed on that wall. So that's how it becomes something more closer to you, something more personal. Let's go.
Every time. We just refurbished it again 3 years ago.
They have some good real estate.
Why not?
That's the monastery. It was begun in Crusader times. It's been refurbished many, many times, he said.
What used to be a police station. It was built in 1942 by a British engineer named Tigart. Till 48, as you know, the British were here. This place belonged to the British. The night before the establishment of this country, we managed to take this place for 24 hours. But unfortunately, we have to leave. We were in the middle of War of Independence. We need to spread as many forces as we can throughout the country. And this place is taken by the Jordanian. And that's a problem for us. Remember when we stood over there, I told you that you could view the road to Jerusalem? That's exactly what the Jordanian here. They view the road to Jerusalem and they control the roads to Jerusalem. In those days, the only road to Jerusalem was this road you see here. This was the only road to Jerusalem. That's why if you wanted to go to Jerusalem, you had to pass through Latroon. You had to pass through this place. And the Jordanian, as I said, they blocked the roads to Jerusalem. I told you that we were in the middle of war, the War of Independence. Jerusalem was surrounded. She was in a siege. No food, no water, no ammunition. We had to do something to help Jerusalem. We tried passing food and ammunition with convoys. But these convoys, if you came from Jerusalem, you probably saw the sides of the road. These are what's left of the convoys. These convoys were attacked by the Jordanian who sat here. We had to do something to save Jerusalem. I mean, it's difficult. It is hard to imagine Israel apart from Jerusalem. We decided to look for an alternative road, another road. That road was actually found accidentally. 3 soldiers who wanted to go home from Jerusalem to Tel Aviv, and they asked the commander for permission. Their commander told them, fine, you want to go home, this is your responsibility. And they really did find a road. I mean, the road that they found is not like the highway you're going to go to Tel Aviv. It's not like a real nice road, it's more like a path. Without this road, maybe Jerusalem wasn't even ours today. Maybe the status of Jerusalem today was different. And again, it is hard to imagine that. This road, what is called the famous road, Burma Road, which you probably heard of. This road starts, you can't see it from here, and that's the point that the Jordanian who sit here won't see us. This road starts in front of us. You can see the Kibbutz Nachshon. This is where you see where the housing is. This is Kibbutz Nachshon. South from that kibbutz there's Hulda. That's where the road starts, and it surrounds this valley. So they didn't have to deal with the Jordanian who sat here. In those days, the prime minister, which was David Ben-Gurion, gave a strict order to try and conquer this place. He knew the importance of this place. We tried to conquer this place 5 times. 5 main battles took place here. We did not succeed to take this place only in 1967. I mean, the reason why we did not succeed are many reasons. I mean, the country itself was in its beginning, the IDF was in its beginning. Most of the soldiers who fought here were refugees from the Holocaust. They told them, welcome to Israel, take a gun and shoot. Today, a soldier have to have at least 5 months basic military training before he shoots. You understand? Most of the soldiers were even women. I do not go to battle today. Women do not fight today. As I said, we managed to take this place only in 1967. In 1967, we made an agreement with Britain that whenever the best tank will be invented, we're going to buy it. That tank is called the Cheftan. Unfortunately, because of the embargo, we don't get these tanks, even though we paid for them. Only then we decided that we should build and invent our own tank. And this is what you see here. This tank, this is what is called in Hebrew Merkava. This tank is called in English Chariot. This is Chariot Mark number 1. Today there's Chariot Mark number 3, which is considered as the best tank. The competitor of the Chariot is a T-72, which is a Russian tank used by Syrians. The philosophy of the planning of this tank says First of all, to protect, then to build a good tank, to give the maximum protection you can give, and then to build a good killing machine. And that is why, if I'll compare this little toy that you can see behind us, this is the Hotchkiss. This is the French tank. We received 10 of these in 1948. In this little toy, you can put only 2 people. Where in this tank, you can put 9 people. In the chariot mark number 3, you can even put 11 people. That is why you have to do the maximum for protection. When I say 11 people, only 4 of them are actually crew members. 5 or whatever you need behind, just in case you need for a backup. The first thing that they do for protection is that they put the engine of the tank in front of the tank. This is the only tank in the world where the engine is in front of the tank. Most cases, the engine is in the behind of the tank, which is the protected part of the tank. You can see that in this little tank, the engines is from the top of the tank. No, the Jewish mind said no. The engines is going to be from the behind of the tank. Again, the protected part of the tank. Every armor, every shield, everything was built first to protect, then to build a good tank. The beautiful thing about this invention, that it wasn't built by an engineer. It was built by a soldier itself. Only a soldier would know what he needs. And that's the beautiful thing about it. The mind behind this chariot is called General Israel Tal. He's still a general today, of course, in the reserve. The tanks that you see here are different tanks that we took in captive from different wars. The blue ones are from Lebanon. They're colored blue because, as you know, the Arabs believe that blue is against evil eye. Apparently, it didn't help them that much. The yellow one are from Egypt, and the rest of some of them are from Syria, and some of them are from Egypt. The theater behind me, which you cannot see it from here, the theater it's actually new. It was built a year and a half ago. The Army Corps decided that we should put all the ceremonies and special events of the Army Corps into one place, and this is the place we chose to do it. We conduct here different ceremonies